New film is set to debut at the AMC Theater in Fashion Valley tonight. There are no big-name Hollywood stars in it. Instead, this movie just might be showcasing our country's future leaders. It's called Carson Scholars, Heroes Among Us, and some San Diego students are being recognized for their academic success and the exceptional way that they have given back to their communities. Joining me today on the floor, our former HUD Secretary, author, and retired pediatric neurosurgeon, Dr. Ben Carson, along with his wife, Candy, to tell us a little bit more about the Carson Scholar Awards. Thank you both for being here on the floor.
Thank you for having us.
I'm going to just pause that here for a moment, and I do want to turn our attention to the breaking news that's happened in Texas today, because I have an opportunity to talk to both of you about that here. Families are going to come home tonight, and they're going to have a tough conversation, and there are going to be small children in the house. What does that conversation, in your opinion, Dr. Carson, need to sound like in order to start from the home and begin our healing in our country so then it fans out?
Well, first of all, I really feel for those families who lost their children today. And we have to recognize that this kind of thing has a profound effect on the children who were not killed, but who are traumatized by what happened to people that they know. And recognizing that this could happen to them, this is going to have long-term impact. And parents must understand that they have to talk about this. They can't hide this. And they have to talk about what safety measures there are. They need to reassure the children. And it can't be false reassurance. We also need to make sure that we have our schools hardened. A person should not be able to walk into a school, quite frankly, these days with a gun. It just shouldn't be possible. You know, we have our homes, we have all kinds of security systems, we have cameras, we have buzzers. Why don't they have those in the schools where our children are? Right.
And with this particular story, we don't know what security measures that school has taken. We know that we're brokenhearted time after time after time in this country, and we don't seem to have any solid answers on what to do here. I know you and I and Candy could have an hour-long conversation about that, but there are some students here in San Diego that deserve some recognition tonight. They're the Carson Scholars. For people that are not familiar, Dr. Carson, with the Carson Scholar Awards, what is that?
Well, basically, it's been going on for a little over 25 years now. And we used to go into schools and see all these trophies for sports and things, but what about the academic superstars? They didn't get anything. So we started a program where we gave them real recognition if they have superior academic performance and demonstrate humanitarian qualities. So they have to have both things, because we're trying to develop future leaders, people who are not only smart, but people who care about others. And it's so important that we begin to emphasize the interpersonal relationships, because we have so many forces that, you know, push hatred and division, and we really need to be moving in a different direction.
Growing leaders, can't agree with you more there. Candy, there are 12 new Carson Scholars in San Diego, 21 who are once again being recognized. What are you looking for when you look for a Carson Scholar?
Well, as he said, it's high academic achievers, as well as people who demonstrate humanitarian qualities through their volunteering. Some of them start their own 501c3s. One of our kids is an 11th grader, and he has finished at least 3 different disciplines at the local community college, but summa cum laude. You know, I mean, you know, those kinds of laurels. These kids are amazing, and the kinds of things that they do. They're not only future role models and future leaders, but they're current role models in their schools. And teachers tell us once they've had a Carson Scholar in their classroom over the course of the next year, grade point averages, the whole class, or sometimes the whole school, go up because there's something special to shoot for. And we start at age 9, grade 4.
Oh my gosh, well, keep up the good work there. We only have about 30 seconds left here. Dr. Carson, and this is going to come full circle to my first initial question. You grew up with a single mom raising you in an impoverished neighborhood. What was the one single moment, or what did somebody say to you, or who was that person that set you on the path to excellence despite a tough upbringing?
Well, it was my mother who always believed in me, and she made me read books about people. And as I started reading about people of accomplishment, I began to understand that the person who has the most to do with what happens to you is you. It's not somebody else, it's not some circumstance. And once you take that on to yourself and you're not looking for somebody else to point the finger at, it makes a real difference in your life.
Thank you for recognizing our students right here in San Diego and, of course, across the nation with the Carson Scholar Awards. Again, the film is going to be shown tonight at the AMC Theater in Fashion Valley. Have fun there.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.